looking at the Bachelorettes themselves, when you saw that it was going to be the two Bachelorette system, what were your thoughts on that? Did you think it would be a successful one? And then also, did you have any type of preference before you actually got in between Gabby and Rachel?
Uh, I would have preferred for it to have been a one Bachelorette system, honestly. I feel like two was just very chaotic. I feel like it worked against me because my one moment where I was able to speak with them, I was speaking with two girls, and it's not easy to flirt with two women at once, you know.
Yeah.
And versus if you're interacting with one woman, then you can actually like be more complimenting her and having that conversation and like actually like trying to get that connection. You can't really build a connection when you're in that two ladies, one person situation.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree. And even just from a few episodes in, it seems like the dynamic is very different from what it usually is when there's just one person that's being competed for, because it gives a little bit more power to the contestants themselves, because they can just be like, oh, if this girl's not messing with me as much, I'm just gonna go talk to the other one. And then you can kind of play with the emotions of the two Bachelorettes a little more than you maybe should be able to. So I'm kind of curious to see if this is I don't personally think they're going to do it again past this season. Again, it's only been a few episodes and we could be wrong, but yeah, I could see exactly what you're talking about, where it's like you're one guy trying to get to know two very different girls at the same time. Like, who do you talk to more? Who do you try to make laugh? Like, that's just a very awkward dynamic, I would say.
And I was the only guy put in a situation where I had to talk with both girls at once. The twins also had to talk with both girls at once, but it was two guys, two girls. I was the only one, just me talking with both of them. And I think that was an unfair situation compared to the rest of the guys.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. This is true. And I think it's weird how it worked that even the people who didn't even get to speak with either of them, they were like, oh, because we haven't met you, we'll keep you, but for you only got the one opportunity to speak to both at the same time. So yeah, things just worked out in an extremely weird way.
And it's like, and then it's like, I don't know if a chemistry is there, but it's like, I guess it's also because the guys that they do speak to, they were speaking one-on-one. And so if you're having that one-on-one thing, that kind of enables chemistry, versus if you're two-on-one, that's just, the chemistry is not going to be there.
Yeah, I blame the system. That's what got you.
It
was the two-on-one system. But then, did you, coming out of that first interaction with the two of them, could you kind of tell that maybe, oh, I wish this would have gone a little bit differently, or what was your mindset stepping away from that your interaction with the two of them when you did the magic trick?
I wish it could have been longer. And then I wish there was more of it also wasn't seen on camera. Even the magic trick that's shown. I can't talk too much about what was behind the scene, but that was only the first half of the trick. That's actually the setup of the trick. So I'm kind of disappointed from a magician perspective, because that's not the good part of the people are like, oh, your trick is so amazing. I'm like, no, that's we didn't
even get there. Yeah.
You didn't even see the trick. Like, it's like, people are like, that's why they're like, and so I feel like, just like as a magician, I feel judged, because like, that is not the trick that was the setup of a trick I was about to perform. And that shows you, people are like, oh my God, your trick is amazing. You are complimenting the setup. You're not complimenting the trick.
Which just goes to show you're that great of a magician. But interesting, that is even more of a reason that I think the Bachelor Nation just needs to, I think people want to see a lot more of you. I don't think you were given a fair shot. And this explanation helps out much more, because again, even I was agreeing that, oh, this is a pretty cool magic trick, but now I want to see where exactly it was going.
Yeah. Well, where the trick would have gone is just for that one is just the one girl chooses a card, and then the card, I rub it on my suit, and the red card is now blue, and then I take her card, put it under her glass, and then the other girl chooses a card, and then suddenly in my hands I had the first girl's card, and the second girl's card is now under the glass that the first girl was holding. Yeah,
wow. I think the producers they did us a disservice by not letting us see that whole thing play out.
But that being said, I can't blame them too much, because it's hard to edit, and there's not a lot of time. And I mean, even if you're going, there's this like Instagram like Bachelor data that just like crunches the numbers. I mean, it's kind of amazing what they do, which she does, I believe. And I think it's just one lady. It might be more, but after 2 episodes, I was only on 1 episode. I'm still in the top half of screen time as far as the guys, which means so like which is interesting. So, you know, if like you saw the second half of that trick, or maybe the 2 other better tricks I did.
Well, you did 3 tricks.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. No, this is good information to know. But yeah, I think hopefully, and like this is another question I was going to ask online. But do you have any sort of hope of being on another Bachelor, like the Bachelor in Paradise or one of the other shows?
You know, I love the beach. I would love to be on Bachelor Paradise. I would love to be on the Bachelorette again and get a second chance. You know, maybe I was thinking I was originally didn't want to do magic on the first night. I just wanted to do the watch thing and then like hang out and whatever, but it just kind of seemed like everybody was kind of competing for something, and they kind of want you, you know, like one guy's going to show his car, one guy's going to show whatever, you know. So it's something I'm passionate about, so I figured why not show it. But yeah, no, luckily Bachelor Nation as a whole is being very favorable to me.
They love you. There's a Justice for Roby hashtag on Twitter.
Justice for Roby, or
Yep.
or I think Caitlin Bristow started Justice for the Magician King.
There you go.
Which is kind of cool, or Justice for the Magic King.